What if everything you thought you knew about the world was wrong? What if the beliefs guiding our daily decisions, those shaping how we see poverty, health, and progress, weren't based on reality but rather on misconceptions, outdated fears, and often incomplete information? Factfulness by Rosling urges us to break free from these limiting views. Rosling doesn't just argue for optimism, he makes a case for a reality-based worldview that's both hopeful and accurate. In this video, we'll dive into Rosling's key insights and practical takeaways, revealing how a fact-based view can lead to wiser choices, whether in personal growth, business strategy, or daily life. One of Rosling's most impactful lessons is the gap instinct. This is the tendency to see the world in binary terms, rich and poor, developed and developing. This habit of dividing everything into extremes keeps us from seeing the real, nuanced picture. Rosling reveals that most people now live in the middle, not in extreme poverty or extreme wealth. Let's consider this through a personal lens. If we view the world through the gap mentality, we're more likely to underestimate the opportunities that exist in emerging markets or diverse communities. Recognizing that billions of people now enjoy access to healthcare, education, and jobs changes the way we approach our careers and investments. For instance, if you're an entrepreneur, understanding this middle ground can open your mind to vast markets previously dismissed. Imagine the potential of developing affordable, high-quality products for these growing middle-income populations, addressing their specific needs and aspirations. A second powerful principle in Factfulness is the negativity instinct. The news is dominated by crises and tragedies, leading many to believe that the world is in constant decline. But Rosling shows us that the reality is much brighter. Over the last century, global poverty has drastically decreased, literacy rates have soared, and more children are surviving to adulthood than ever before. Here's the transformation. Knowing this doesn't mean ignoring the challenges we still face, but rather approaching them with a sense of possibility. Imagine going into your work or personal projects with a fact-driven sense of optimism. Instead of seeing insurmountable obstacles, you start to look for solutions and see progress as achievable. This shift in perspective isn't just uplifting, it's empowering. When we view our goals, whether in health, business, or personal growth, through the lens of steady progress, we're motivated to work toward real change. Rosling also tackles what he calls the straight-line instinct, the belief that current trends will continue unchanged. For example, many assume population growth will skyrocket indefinitely. But Rosling reveals that as economies develop and people have access to education and healthcare, birth rates naturally decrease. This isn't just about population statistics, it's a reflection of a fundamental human shift toward stability and choice. In everyday life, this lesson teaches us to question assumptions and make room for change, rather than expecting things to remain static. Picture an aspiring entrepreneur who assumes they'll have unlimited growth without change. Recognizing that trends shift helps us prepare for these changes instead of being blindsided. It's a powerful reminder that adaptability, not rigidity, is the true path to sustained success. The fear instinct is another insight that hits close to home. Rosling explains that fear often leads us to overestimate unlikely risks, terrorist attacks, plane crashes, natural disasters, while ignoring more probable risks like traffic accidents or health issues stemming from lifestyle choices. Here's where we can apply Rosling's wisdom daily. Think of your personal goals. How many times have we avoided risks, changing careers, starting a new venture, or moving to a different city, because we're gripped by fear? By acknowledging and tempering our fear instinct, we become capable of taking measured risks that lead to real growth. Imagine choosing a path not out of fear of the unknown, but out of a well-informed sense of opportunity. Rosling teaches us to challenge exaggerated fears, replacing them with realistic, data-informed perspectives that allow us to take bold, yet calculated steps forward. Rosling uses vivid examples to make these principles unforgettable. Consider his story of a young girl in an incubator, born prematurely in Sweden. Without access to modern medical care, she might not have survived. Today, millions of children in developing nations receive similar life-saving treatments. This single story illuminates a universal truth. The world has made immense progress in providing essential resources. It reminds us that improvement often happens quietly, without fanfare. When applied to our daily lives, this insight encourages gratitude and a proactive mindset. The next time you think about a personal goal, remember that steady, consistent effort is often what brings about transformation. It's not always about grand gestures or immediate results. Sometimes, the greatest changes happen gradually and quietly, but they're no less powerful. Let's bring these insights closer to home. What practical steps can we take to integrate factfulness into our own lives? First, start by recognizing your own gap instinct. Whenever you find yourself thinking in extremes, whether it's about success or failure, rich or poor, developed or underdeveloped, pause and ask yourself, what's the middle ground here? What nuances am I overlooking? This simple question can transform your outlook on everything from relationships to business ventures. Embracing the middle ground gives you a fuller picture, helping you make choices rooted in reality rather than assumptions. Second, challenge the negativity instinct by actively seeking out signs of progress. This could mean shifting the focus of your news sources or paying attention to long-term trends rather than sensational headlines. Consider starting a weekly practice of jotting down progress you notice in your own life or community. By training yourself to look for improvement, you're rewiring your brain to see possibility instead of despair. This shift will make you more resilient in the face of challenges, knowing that even in difficult times, progress is always within reach. Finally, temper your fear instinct by basing your decisions on facts rather than feelings. Before making a major decision, ask yourself, what am I truly afraid of? Is this a rational concern or an exaggerated fear? By acknowledging and investigating your fears, you're less likely to let them control you. This habit not only brings clarity, but empowers you to take action in areas you may have previously avoided. One of the most transformative takeaways from factfulness is that clarity leads to action. When we base our worldview on facts, we're better equipped to make choices that align with reality. Imagine applying these insights to something as simple as setting a goal. Instead of succumbing to fear, negativity, or oversimplification, you assess the facts and move forward with a grounded sense of optimism. This isn't just theory, it's a roadmap to personal empowerment. Reflecting on Rosling's work, it becomes clear that factfulness isn't simply about statistics or global trends. It's about reclaiming our agency. In a world that often feels chaotic, Rosling's message offers a beacon of stability and clarity. By embracing a fact-based view, we free ourselves from the tyranny of our instincts, allowing us to live more openly, curiously, and proactively. This shift isn't just useful, it's life-changing. So, as you leave this video, I invite you to think critically about your beliefs. Which views of the world serve you? Which might be holding you back? The next time you encounter a fearful headline or a limiting narrative, remember Rosling's lessons. Pause, seek the facts, and decide based on reality, not instinct. If you're ready to see the world as it truly is, to act from a place of truth rather than fear, then you're already on the path to a fuller, more empowered life. Thank you for joining us on this journey through factfulness. If these insights have resonated with you, please like this video, comment, and subscribe to stay tuned for more transformative content on the books shaping our world. And remember, keep books over mind.